best two ways to balance your hormones naturally is through. Hello and welcome to the Cycle series. I'm so excited to show you how you can balance your hormones naturally through some yoga and well-being. So we're starting with the menstrual phase. Now this is day 1 of your bleed up until the last day of your bleed. This is when our hormones are at their lowest. So it's a real time where we feel like we want to go introverted and everything needs to slow down. We want to do lots of grounding yoga, which is what I'm going to show you in just a moment. But we also want to really prioritize self-love, self-care, looking after ourselves, not taking on too much and really listening to your body. Now that may be a shock to you. It was to me, because let's be honest, when you look at the period adverts on the TV, you know, the tampon adverts, you've got girls playing tennis and running marathons, and you know, that's great, but it's actually not what we want to do, because we feel that really introverted. Obviously our energy feels a lot lower, we can be suffering with cramps and things, but also that will put a lot of stress on our body and particularly our hormones, leaving them very unbalanced, and that's when we can really struggle with, you know, the mood swings and the PMS symptoms. So it's all about looking after ourselves. And what I love about this time of the month is it's a great time to release and let go. You know, let go of what's no longer serving you. That could be a relationship, that could be a mindset shift, that could be an old job or routine or whatever that is for you. And think of it as letting go, starting afresh and not bringing it into your next phase. So every month we get this amazing chance to rest, restore, release and renew. And actually we live in such a busy world that we actually do deserve once a month to slow down and to reset. And that's the beauty of our menstrual phase. It can allow us to do this. The best two ways to balance your hormones naturally is through correct nutrition and stress management. And obviously yoga falls into the stress management section. So we're going to be doing a few yin yoga stretches today, ones that you can take away and do either with me now, or you can do them, you know, before bed, first thing in the morning, when you get a break in the day, or when you're experiencing any PMS symptoms. These are going to be amazing for you. So the first stretch we're going to do is a child pose. And I always say to people, if you only have time for one stretch every day, then this is an amazing one, especially for this time of the month, because it's going to release the tension that we tend to feel more this time of the month in our hips. And also that can then go into our lower back. So it's releasing these two areas. It's also very grounding and relaxing. So when it's this time of the month, we just want to stay close to the ground. We want to feel safe. So you're going to love this one. And I'm going to set a 2-minute timer, because you can hold it for as long as you like, depending on how much time you've got. But we're going to do each one for 2 minutes today, and then you can take it away and do it in your own time. So child pose, toes together, knees as wide as you need to feel comfortable. You can also place a cushion or a bolster underneath your hips. You could also have a cushion in front of you to relax your head onto. And we're going to slide the fingertips away from us and come all the way down, so our forehead is relaxing down onto the ground and our arms are stretching away from us. Now, if you want to take it deeper under your arms, you can hold on to 2 yoga blocks. Okay, the timer is set for 2 minutes, so get nice and comfy. You might want to adjust slightly, that's okay. Some other options for our arms as well is that we can interlace them and put them behind our head. And we can also place the hands next to us, resting them on our heels or by our sides. You come into a position that feels comfy for you. We're going to take an inhale through the nose, and I want you to feel the rib cage expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to allow your hips to sink deeper and release. And what we can do here, a little bit of mindfulness as well, we can actually visualize, you know, whatever we want to release from our hips. Our hips, especially as women, is where we store a lot of tension, a lot of trauma, especially this time of the month, because there's so much happening in this area. So as you exhale, I want you to imagine that this tension, you know, this feeling, whatever you want to let go of, is leaving your body through relaxing your hips. So really send that breath down into your hips and just allow them to open. And it is such a nice feeling. You know, sometimes you can get a bit emotional because it really does feel like we're just letting go, and that's a good thing. You know, we don't want to hold on to trauma and tension, because this is when it builds up and it ends up, you know, either coming out in, you know, a flare up of your skin or a burnout. So it's always amazing to just release as much as we can. So we've got 30 seconds left on this one, so really just enjoy this relaxation. This is amazing to do, obviously first thing in the morning, before bed, or throughout your day when you need to re-energize and reset the body and mind as well. A few more deep breaths here, in through the nose, and then a gentle sigh as you exhale out through the mouth. When you're ready, just gently coming out of this one and bringing your knees together. Good. Hopefully your hips are starting to feel a little bit looser. So we're going to come into our second position, which is our butterfly. Now, I always say to people that struggle with their hips and lower back, this is a great one you can do laid down on your back and just have your feet in butterfly first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Nobody wants to start their day in pain. So if we lie in bed in the morning in butterfly, we can wake up and just feel so much more freer in the morning. And when it comes to the evening, you know, falling asleep in that butterfly is just going to help our hips relax and restore overnight. So feet together, knees out to the side. And if this feels tight and uncomfortable, just slide the feet a little bit further forward, holding onto the ankles. Some nice ways you can get into this one is by taking a little circle of the upper body. That's it in both directions. And we're going to take an inhale and we're going to stretch up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulders. And as we exhale, we're going to fold all the way down. Now we can use our elbows to gently guide our knees out towards the side if we want to. And we're going to breathe into that space in our hips. I'm going to set that 2-minute timer now so you can really relax and enjoy this one. Letting that head go nice and heavy. And like I said, gently guiding the knees to the floor. We can also pop blocks or cushions or folded blankets under our knees if we feel we need a bit of extra support there as well. But same as I said in that child pose, you know, using your breath to just release that tension, visualize it leaving the body. And, you know, the beautiful thing about yin yoga, where we hold the postures for slightly longer, is you really do give, you know, the muscles and the tightness that chance to just release. But we have to keep working with the breath. The breath is what helps us relax, which helps us release more tension. So, you know, just making sure you've got, whenever you do your stretching, you're in a nice calm environment. That might be lighting some candles, you know, making sure your phone's on do not disturb, and just really allowing yourself to melt into the stretches. And a lot of people say, oh, I can't do yoga, I can't meditate because my mind's so busy. And the thing is, that's okay. We're human. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day. And when our minds try and relax, we get what I call the monkey mind, where we'll think of the most random things, and it will really make you laugh when you start doing it, because you're like, why am I thinking of that? But it's good because with practice, you know, we can switch off. And the fact that you're even trying to quiet your mind, you know, is amazing. So don't let yourself feel like you can't relax. You can. It's just not a normal thing to do because we live such a busy life. So yeah, it's very, very needed. All right, taking a few final breaths here, seeing if you can go a little bit deeper. If you did want to take the stretch and do your arms a little bit, you can extend the fingers forward or hold on to a block, whatever feels comfortable. Breathing nice and slowly, releasing those hips. And then when you're ready, slowly rolling out all the way up into a seated position. So now we're going to come and stretch our glutes, because when our hips and our lower back tend to get tense, we also can start to feel it in our glutes as well. And they're all very in sync. So if one is tight, it seems to affect the others. So we're going to lie down on our back, that's it. And we're going to cross our left foot over in front of the right leg, that's it, just under the knee. Now with my hands, I'm going to clasp my right knee, that's it, and I'm going to squeeze it in towards my chest. Now to keep my left knee out to the side, I'm going to use my left elbow, but I can also use my hand as well. I'm going to flex that left foot and gently squeeze it in. Similar as before, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and as we exhale, we're going to gently squeeze that right leg in towards us. Now you're going to start to feel this in your left glute. It's the same as before. Breathe out the tension with every exhale. See if you can relax a little bit deeper and allow your upper body to just completely rest as well. If you're someone that likes to do a lot of running, then you'll find that your glutes will probably get really tight as well as your hips. So it's not just about stretching in your menstrual phase. This is what I'm going to teach you in the cycle series. You know, at different times of the month, we need different things. You know, you have to look after you. And it's something a lot of women struggle with, but that's why I'm here on a mission to help change that. Let's swap it over. So right leg crosses in front of the left. We're interlacing behind the left leg, and we're gently squeezing it in towards the chest, flexing that right foot. That's it. My right elbow can keep my knee out to the side, or I can push it with my right hand. And I'm just breathing gently, and with every exhale, letting that left knee come in towards the chest. Good. Let everything just sink nice and heavy. You can really feel when that tension just eases slightly, and it's a lovely feeling. You're going to feel so much freer. Even just walking will feel nicer with this one. That's it. And the most important thing around this time of the month is just to listen to your body. You know your body better than anyone. And sometimes when I'm on my, period now, I think, oh, I have got the energy. I could go and run. But I just know that my hormones will not love me for it. And, we can never win when it comes to our hormones. They control pretty much everything in our body. So we really do want to look after them as much as we can. Okay, one final thing I want to show you, which is that reclined butterfly we spoke about. So legs in butterfly, and this is how I would like you to fall asleep and do first thing in the morning when you wake up. We can pair this with gentle breathing around this time. We don't want to do any heavy breath work. So things like a 3-part breath is lovely, where we have a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. We let the breath travel up and down. That's really, really lovely. And what it does is it releases your hips, but also your lower back. So it's an amazing one for this time of the month. All right, let's gently roll ourselves up to a seated position. Hopefully you will feel the difference in your hips, how much easier it is to sit in a cross-legged position. And remember, you can hold those stretches for as long or as little as you like. One other top tip that I have for this time of the month is to keep your lower belly and back warm, so around your womb area and your feet. So even if you're doing yoga, I know normally we are barefoot for yoga, but if it is that time of the month, putting on an extra layer of socks and maybe doing it under a blanket is amazing for our well-being. You can even do it with your hot water bottle as well, which is really lovely. Obviously after a hot bath or a shower as well will work. And if you do have access to a sauna, then stretching in the sauna is absolutely amazing. I really hope that this video has been helpful for you. Please let me know your biggest lesson or anything that might have shocked you in the comments below. And of course, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, because next week I'm going to be talking to you about the phase that comes after our menstrual phase, which is our follicular phase. And this is an amazing time for those of you that like your big goals, your ambitions, and you like thinking into the future. This is an amazing one, so not one to be missed. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love.